What's going on, guys? Black Scout Survival, Late Night Live. Thanks for tuning in. So we're gonna be talking about people being canceled. We're gonna talk about that for a little bit, and the betas have gotten together and started trying to cancel people. This false idea that they have some sort of dominion over everyone. That this false power to try to stop everyone's freedom of speech. But it's been really getting out of hand. And the first person we saw really get canceled was Donald Trump, right? The man was banned from all social media, um, perpetrated by lies. There are tons of lies. They started attacking the man before he became president, but they ultimately got all together and banned him. We saw other people like Mike Lindell, amongst a ton of other conservative voices across the spectrum, big and small. And if you notice that anyone who goes against said narratives, even though most of what they say turns out to be true, they never get their platforms back. There's no fight. There's no one standing behind them, beside them, taking up for them. I mean, if you look at the vaccines, for example, that's a prime example of this canceling nonsense that turned out to be true, right? We have Pfizer a few weeks ago came out and basically said that they never tested whether or not the shot would stop transmission, and they went on to essentially say that it doesn't stop transmission. But you heard Biden, you heard Fauci, you heard all these blue check mark Hollywood celebrities say that you're going to kill grandma and that you're irresponsible, that you're a bad human being, for not taking it. Do you think any of those people got canceled as of now for stating lies? No, right? People lost their careers. People were kicked out of the military. Even mob attacks on social media, and people deplatformed, shadow banned if you spoke against it. I mean, I'm still still have never recovered from the shadow ban. I mean, I'm still shadow banned. Um, the New York Supreme Court actually just came back a few days ago and said that all New Yorkers that were fired for refusing the vaccine will have to get their jobs back, and will also get back pay. So this is one of those things where Biden's admin, Fauci, and all these guys, big pharma, they sold a lie. And now 2 years later, you're not hearing people say, "Oh yeah, my bad, guys, I was wrong." You're not hearing that. All those sort of things. You have Andrew Tate. If you guys remember him, I'll grab a photo, snag a photo for him real quick. Andrew Tate, who rose internet fame pretty quickly, he basically took over the internet, and he was deplatformed everywhere except for Rumble. He's on Rumble, but that's about it. Everybody canceled him, jumped on him. Let me go ahead and I'm pulling the image real quick so I can post up here for you guys that may not know who he is. Stand by 1 second. He is the guy in the thumbnail, by the way. Dang, I just pulled the photo, but it's not allowing me. He's even canceled from me able to upload on the platform here. But anyway, because he did a video of a skit from 10 years ago with his girlfriend, and he was essentially pretending to whip her. That was like ultimately the straw that broke the camel's back. But he had been hated on because of a lot of other things. His the various things he said. I can't even get a picture of the guy. Let me see if I can get it. No, not there. Yeah, I can't even get a photo of the guy. Anyway, he's the dude in the thumbnail. It doesn't matter. So he was canceled because of a video that surfaced from 10 years ago, and of him whipping his girlfriend. It was a joke, a skit they had done, and the next thing you know, they made that the reason, but deplatform everywhere except for Rumble. But he spoke out against election fraud a lot. He actually spoke out against the you know gender programming of children. He spoke out about Biden being an idiot. He spoke out about all these different things. These very, I guess, what you'd say, traditional conservative talk points, and people. And he was very outspoken about his support for Trump, right? And so the thing is, he got so much fame that he was dangerous for the narrative. Here, I finally got a photo of him. Dangerous for the narrative, for his newfound fame, because a lot of people follow him. And coming in midterms, we can't have this guy with all this power, hence all these people following him, basically talking against the Democrats being pro-Trump, right? We have Kanye West, one of the largest musicians, fashion designers, who is now canceled, right? We talked about another day, but he's being canceled hardcore, probably the most I've seen yet of anyone, and because he's super famous, right? I think what they're trying to do is send a message with all these big names and canceling them, letting them know they can cancel you too. What he was canceled for, they said, was because of his anti-Semitic remarks, right? And so they cut ties with him everywhere. Let me see, this is the one. No. They cut ties with him. Various, social media platforms kicking him off, these sort of things. And he said was not about Jewish. What he said was not about Jewish people. Start off with the White Lives Matter shirt. That made people flip out. But then what he said, they said that he was talking bad about Jewish people. But what he said was not just standard Jewish people. He was talking about the ones in control, the ones with power overseeing the world, people like George Soros, the Rothschilds, these sort of things. This is not a secret that a lot of these folks own large banking institutions and most all of media, right? You can check out this article right here from 2010, Slate right here, 2010. Did Jews really control the media? And it goes on talking about this. So this is not something new. This is not something that just came out, right? But it's funny to me that the Democrats are all of a sudden pro-Jewish community. I'm seeing all these celebrities. Oh, we're backing our Jewish community. However, 6 months ago, you saw this everywhere. The blue check marks, the Hollywood elite was saying free Palestine, right? They didn't care about the Jewish community then. Literally, all the celebrities were pushing this nonsense. And these virtue signaling dorks, they'll only fight on social media, plastering just whatever the current nonsense is to make them seem like they're morally superior. When in reality, they will stand for nothing. They will stand for nothing. But Kanye got kicked out of all the banks that he was working with. He lost his record label that was signed to Def Jam. He was cut his the fashion brand Balenciaga cut ties with him. Gap cut ties with him, who had been partnered with. His lawyer stopped working for him 2 days ago. And now Adidas has came out against him, dropped him, and said they will no longer make any product with him anymore. And undoubtedly, it's the most best-selling shoe. He created the Yeezy, which is the best-selling shoe that Adidas has made in history. And so they come at him hardcore. And what comes to light, though, about this is what a lot of people don't know is that Adidas has a very ugly past, very ugly past. The Nazi history of Adidas, the sportswear giant, took weeks to drop after Kanye's West anti-Semitism. So the funny thing is, I'm going to read their statement, but this was the shoe. This is called a German Army trainer. Now, this is still a very popular shoe in the fashion world to this day, right? You can just go Google it. Gap, German Army trainer. These things are super popular. This is what Adidas and Puma came out with. This is actually I pulled up German Army trainer. My friend right here. This is 1,000-yard style, former recon Marine turned fashion photographer. This is him wearing some German Army trainers, right? So I thought that was funny. That's my buddy, and this was like on the Wall Street Journal or something. Anyway, former recon Marine, go follow him. He's a good dude. So Adidas issued a statement. They said, outlining these reasons for ending the commercial relationship, they do not tolerate anti-Semitism or any other sort of hate speech. Ye's comments and actions have been unacceptable, hateful, and dangerous. They violate the company's values of diversity and inclusion, mutual respect, and fairness. After a thorough review, the company has taken a decision to terminate the partnership with Ye immediately and end production of Yeezy branded products and stop all payments to Ye and his companies. Adidas will stop the Adidas Yeezy business immediate effect. The company further detailed that it will have short-term negative impact of $246 million of net income in 2022 due to the seasonality in the fourth quarter. But what's funny is the history of Adidas, like I said, who actually made shoes for Nazis, and they were Nazis themselves, right? My man right here, Adolf Dassler. The fact of this shoe is that in the early 1930s, they worked for Hitler, making shoes for the Hitler Youth. The Dassler brothers did not fail to see how economic interests would benefit from politics. All three Dassler brothers joined the Nazi Party on 1 May 1933, 3 months after Hitler was appointed chancellor. So one of the brothers became the founder of Adidas, and the other became the founder of Puma. Two Nazis. How many people out there wearing Nazi shoes right now, right? These dudes are actual literal Nazis. And the brand is giving Kanye West drama because of anti-Semitism. However, they are Nazis themselves. It's wild. The thing is, Epstein raped and sold kids. He never lost a bank account. This man right here lost his bank accounts. When's the last time you've seen any Democrats get canceled? As a matter of fact, let me know. When's the last time any of you guys seen that? I haven't seen it. They don't get canceled. The other thing is, how many of Kanye's buddies have you seen that are by his side? He had tons of friends, tons of artists, rappers, these sort of things. None. That should tell you something, that there's a bigger force out there that's telling them that they better pick a side, and it better be theirs, or you're through too, right? With all these guys, you notice how all these guys are left alone out here. You know, this is the deal. What you're seeing is some Kanye West, these sort of guys, they're conducting revolutions. This is what a modern day revolution looks like, when they go totally against the evil forces out there, because that's what this is, evil force out there. These guys are going against the Mike Lindells, Donald Trumps, the Andrew Tates, the Kanye West, Tulsi Gabbard, even. You know, she's flipped. You know, I have to see her change her mind on gun ownership and a few other things. But sometimes you can't pick your allies right in battle. These guys, obviously, there's some evil force out there, which we already know. I'm just stating this for the people that are just getting here that hadn't caught up yet. There's an evil force out there, bad people, elites, like Tulsi said, a cabal of warmongers, right? Profiteers. They want to control the World Economic Forum. They want you to eat crickets and all these sort of things. They just canceled Laura Logan because she said that there's people out there who want to make you eat bugs, right? These elites that want to control the world. She's and Newsmax canceled her. Newsmax. They're supposed to be conservative, right? We don't have many allies at this moment. So you got to take what you can get. We're being handed right over to China from the elites, the World Economic Forum guys, these people in charge, these George Soros, Rothschilds, Bilderberg groups, all these sort of people, these underground people you never heard of that are in control of all these things. And we're just being handed over, right? It's funny, like I always see people say, tax the rich, all these people. Poor people don't understand taxing the rich is not the rich don't go to work a job like you do and get your taxes taken from their check. They have investment companies that have, like investment company here that owns this over here. That they don't own anything, so that's why like Donald Trump only paid like $400 in taxes that 1 year. This is how it works. Like the more money you make, the less money you make in taxes, right? You have shelters, tax shelters. So it's funny that people will say that they have people believing this. Oh yeah, we're going to tax more of the rich. No, they're going to tax the middle class, right? But how about this breaking news right here? Speaking of China, remember the other night, 2 nights ago, I mentioned that China has been paying British pilots to train them. And I said, you know what? I bet. Kathy, thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, it does. It gets you canceled. Thanks, Sergeant. So anyway, I said, I bet there's American pilots who will, guess what? A former Marine, at that, a fellow devil dog, scumbag. So you can't trust all military veterans, guys. You can't trust them, not even Marines. This guy's over there. He was arrested in Australia after the U.S. government contacted Australian officials requesting he be detained. He was arrested Friday in New South Wales. He was training Chinese pilots for the past 5 years on comprehensive aviation tactics. He was trained he flew Harriers and was also an air combat instructor. So he taught them all kinds of good stuff, all kinds of goodies to be used against us, right? You can't trust. The veteran status means nothing, guys. It doesn't mean nothing. But this is the deal. I said, you got to look out for people like Kanye the other day that's fighting in there. Look, do I agree with everything he says? Probably not. Do I agree with everything Andrew Tate says? No, probably not. Do I agree with everything Donald Trump says? No, probably not. Do I agree with everything every person on the planet says? No, I don't. I don't agree with everything everyone says. No one says. There's no one that I agree 100% on the ticket with, right? Because I'm a different individual, and I hope you're the same way. But just because we don't agree on everything doesn't mean I have to hate them. And if they're fighting the same fight that I'm fighting, they're dealing with the same drama I am, they're their ally, right? That's the way you got to take care of these people, look after these people. I heard so many people say this stuff. It's kind of like last night, man, or night before last. A lot of dudes been drinking the tap water, man. The soy is coming out like these. It's wild. Like I said, quit drinking the tap water, guys. It's messing with your hormones. I said the other night, I was talking about because my nose messed up. I got a deviated septum, and it sent, dude, like the majority of the comments was these beta males. And if you made some kind of comment, you're a beta male, and I'm going to tell you why. It sent them over the edge. Like I don't think they slept that night. Like it bothered them. They had to make comments about you never lost the fight. There were so many things they said, like, well, you didn't have to say that. It's an ego. Well, it's not an ego. It's me telling something truthful. Is not being egotistic, that's being truthful, right? I'm telling the truth. And if I wouldn't have said that I never lost a fight and I said I had a deviated septum, you're like, oh yeah, you got your behind kicked, right? And then they're like, well, you hadn't fought enough fights if you hadn't lost a fight. Well, how do you know how many fights I lost? It doesn't matter if it's one or 1,000. If you hadn't lost a fight, you hadn't lost a fight. And then on top of that, they're like, well, you have a lifelong deviated septum. It looks like he won. Well, how do you know it wasn't two guys? Because it was two guys I was fighting it simultaneously because they were trying to mess with someone else. I intervened. But you immediately painted me as the bad guy, right? And some of these guys had like F. Joe Biden, Patriot, American Patriot, or various names like this. And I'm like, you're a conservative and you're attacking a conservative voice because you got freaking estrogen or something, right? Someone else's masculinity should not be threatening to yours. If it is, that means you don't have any. It means you're a beta cuck, right? The thing is that spend this type of energy instead of attacking your own to go attack leftists. Look, there are plenty of people in the conservative realm I don't like whatsoever. I dislike them, right? Sometimes I'll say certain things about certain people because I think they're undercover liberals, right? Or just for the money grab. Mark Fallows, thank you, buddy. The money grab, and I don't like those people either because I don't like people lying, And sorry, I want to pop this guy's up. Thanks, HE, buddy. So you spend time, all this energy attacking your fellow conservative. You wonder why Joe Biden president is because of people like you, because you're wasting all your time attacking your own. You don't see leftists doing that, but you betas will do that. And you can be a patriot on the conservative side and be a beta, right? I don't call you a patriot because you're not a patriot. You're probably just somebody who likes Donald Trump for the wrong reasons. And but you're a beta male, right? That's what it is. If you're attacking conservatives because something they threaten your masculinity because it's all of a sudden a Peter measuring contest, right? Get over it, guys. Support people who are in the fight. And I'm sorry I went off on that tangent, but the fact of the matter is, quit wasting your energy attacking conservatives. Use all that energy. Go attack leftists. Go attack Nikes. Go attack Coca-Colas. Go take Carhartts. These sort of things, and support people who are fighting the same fight as you. Right? There's not many of us. There's not many of us left. Don't fight your same people, right? Jason says veteran discount only means 10% discount on Lowe's. You're right. Mark, always good to see you, buddy. Thank you. Thank you, HE. He says, remember the media called people that question 9/11 conspiracy theories in their they wouldn't air investigations. That's right. I'm glad you said that because it's almost like you see Hillary Clinton already questioning the next presidential election, saying it's going to be stolen by Republicans, by extremists. She's already saying it. But when we say it, oh, we're conspiracy theorists. The hypocrisy is what makes me detest the left, right? If they weren't so hypocritical, and the people that follow the narrative, the sheep, like the sheeple, if you believe that nonsense, like you can't see the hypocrisy, like you have zero logic in your brain, zero logical comprehension. You have none, right? You're an idiot. You can be sold, waterfront property in Florida. I do appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Support people that are fighting the same fight. All right, quit fighting amongst yourselves and attacking yourselves, or not supporting people that are sticking their neck out. Do you think that look? Do I think that Tulsi Gabbard, the free college stuff, the anti-gun stuff? Look, no, I ain't for none of that, right? But sorry, I'm putting his marks in there. But right now, she's fighting the fight, and I'll support her. Right? That's the thing. Like you got to support people that are in the fight, right? She seems to she's very vocal. She's more vocal than Lindsey Graham. She's more vocal than freaking Ted Cruz. Ted Cruz got mopped up on The View, right? Now, when you see Donald Trump Jr. go on The View, he freaking stood his ground. Ted Cruz let himself get mopped up on The View. Like, don't even go. If you're gonna lose a fight, don't go getting one, right? Don't go getting one. you know, Mark Fellas, don't be an alphabet. I'll be a Sigma male. You're Sigma male, Jack. Yeah, man. So the Sigma male, Sigma male is someone that is not that has alpha male traits, but is not loud and vocal. And I'm not. I'm an introvert, extreme introvert, right? What are you saying here, buddy? We stay quiet and conserve. That's our problem. Peaceful and harmless. Yeah, too peaceful and too harmless. That's the thing. That's the problem, right? And anyhow, let me know about those things. The thing is that there's an evil group of people out there, like no doubt. Like there's bad things, and how I saw like this liberal went in a church and had like pig's blood on her, and then urinated in front of the congregation. Like, I mean, dude, if you're an atheist, like you really should maybe like think about, man, maybe there is a God, maybe there is a Jesus Christ, because how come everything is trying to fight against that ideology? Not fighting against any other ideology, only this one, right? It's kind of like where there's smoke, there's fire. Where I see everybody fighting Donald Trump, I see everybody fighting Kanye West, everybody fighting Andrew Tate. These guys are shooting over the target because they know they're hitting on something. The guys that don't get any kind of problem, I question. I do. It's kind of like the Waking of JP. That dude don't have a problem with YouTube, right? He don't get shadow banned. He's I'm not even subscribed to him, and I see it every video he pops up in my feed. It's like, anyway, not throwing shade, but there is some question there. The people that are getting the heat, they're over the target. Anyhow, guys, let me know your thoughts below. Fill in more of the gaps of what I said. Obviously, I can't say everything that I want to say about why the reason they are canceled. We all know the Bilderbergs, the Rothschild, these sort of things, right? And amongst many more. Put in the comments the rest of them so the other folks can read it. Anyhow, guys, thanks for watching. Go join our tribe. We have a way you can watch the tribe together. The tribe can watch the late night live together in the group, and they can chat, comment, and video with each other. Awesome place. So if you're into the late night lives and you like that, something you can do with the rest of the tribe with like-minded people. So go hit that link below. And as always, stay frosty, Stratton, and dangerous, because there's real evil out there. Take care.